Ayanna Pressley. You may have heard the name, but do you really know who she is? A force in politics, yes, but there's more beneath the surface. First African-American woman to represent Massachusetts in Congress, a bold advocate for progressive change, and a trailblazer for those often unheard. But here's the twist. She wasn't always a politician. Before the Capitol, Pressley was a charismatic activist, a dynamic presence on the campaign trail, and even a groundbreaking figure in Chicago's politics. What's her secret? It's not just her policies that turn heads, it's her ability to challenge the very system that molded her. Intrigued? You should be. Born in Chicago, Ayanna didn't follow the typical path to politics. In fact, her journey was anything but conventional. Imagine this: a young woman growing up in a city defined by both hope and hardship. Her mother, a woman of fierce strength, and her father, absent from her life. This early experience with struggle forged a woman with resilience, but it also gave her a keen sense of justice that would ultimately lead her to Washington. Ayanna Pressley's story isn't one of privilege, it's one of defying the odds. She's the first Black woman to represent Massachusetts in the U.S. House of Representatives. But did you know she wasn't always focused on a career in politics? Before Capitol Hill, Pressley made her mark as an activist, a political aide, and a survivor. But what many don't know is that Pressley battled personal struggles behind the scenes. She's opened up about her journey living with alopecia, a condition that causes hair loss, and how that shaped not only her self-image, but also her approach to leadership. Yet, Pressley's life isn't just about breaking barriers in the political realm. Her personal life has its own layers of mystery. Though she's fiercely private, it's known that she's married to a man named Conan Harris, a former educator. Together, they're a power couple with a shared commitment to social change. But what's fascinating is how they balance their public lives with their desire for privacy. They have one child, a daughter, and Pressley's role as a mother adds yet another dimension to her life, one that's rarely spotlighted by the media. But let's talk numbers. Ayanna Pressley's financial situation isn't something that typically pops up in the headlines. But it's worth noting that, as of recent estimates, her net worth is around $1 to $2 million. This might surprise some, given her outspoken progressive stance, but Pressley has carefully cultivated a life that combines advocacy with financial wisdom. Her lifestyle isn't about flaunting wealth. It's about using resources to uplift others, invest in her community, and ensure her legacy of social change is long-lasting. What makes Ayanna Pressley truly remarkable isn't just the title she holds or the position she's achieved. It's the fact that she's a woman who constantly challenges the status quo. A woman who uses her platform to speak for the voiceless, to create space for those who've been silenced for too long. It's easy to see her as just another politician, but she's much more than that. She's a disruptor, a fighter, a visionary, and yet, the true depth of her influence is often hidden in plain sight. From her passionate fight for racial justice to her relentless efforts to reshape healthcare, criminal justice reform, and economic inequality, Pressley's work transcends traditional politics. It's personal, and it's powerful. Her rise wasn't handed to her. It was earned, carved out in the spaces where others saw obstacles. So, while you may think you know her, there's so much more waiting to be discovered. Ayanna Pressley. Her story is just beginning,